Hi everybody, Grandad here again. What am I up to today? Well, today we're taking a little walk along the canal, and we've come all the way to Ellesmere, and we're looking at the Ellesmere canal, and we're going to take a little walk along it and test out a few bits of equipment I bought and see how they work out. Now, the canal basin is quite interesting. It's got lots of features and a lot of canal boats here today. So there's a big building there, a warehouse, and it says Shropshire Union Railway and Canal Company. General carriers, Chester, Liverpool, Manchester, North and South Staffordshire and North Wales. So there's also a lot of transport used to come up this canal back in the day. So there's quite a lot to see. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk on down the canal and have a look at some of the features along the way. Now straight away I can see there's a big crane here that must have been used for taking some of the cargo off the ships, which would be unloading into Ellesmere and taking the goods back out again. Now I don't know what manufacturing there was in Ellesmere, probably quite a bit, but I don't exactly know what there was. So we'll set off now along the canal and see what we can see along the way. Now I'm trying out a new piece of equipment, a gimbal I've got, to hopefully help me steady the camera while I'm walking. I don't know quite how well it's going to work because I haven't used one before, but at the moment it's doesn't look terribly balanced, so I'm not too familiar with how it works, and it's tending to sway about a little bit. Maybe I've got it too loose, I don't know. I'm just going to tighten it up a little bit, and obviously the camera is not too well balanced, but there's lots of canal boats along here and they're all very colourful. They've got a lot of flags out, so I don't know whether there's something special going on today. There could be, because they do have open days when things happen. So I'll just walk on down. We got Sam along with us today. He's got a day off school, and therefore people having a picnic along the way. We're taking a little walk, filming as we go. Lots of colourful boats here from different places, and some of them are really pretty. The canal people really are a colourful bunch. They like to decorate their boats up and make them look interesting. There's a way of canal wear has always been something that's been very colourful back in the day. Canal people were very colourful people. They like to decorate all their boats up and make colourful jugs and buckets and paint their boats in all sorts of interesting colours. Sam and Marg are up ahead, and we're coming to another little part of the Ellesmere Canal Basin, which is quite interesting. And it's a part where they used to do a lot of boat repairs and things like that to the canal boats, and there's a blacksmith shop there which I've called at once or twice. We're not going there today. We're going probably further along the canal and up through the woods, where we'll break off from our filming for a little while as we walk through the woods. I haven't got this camera balanced quite as well as I hoped it would be with this gimbal. I'm hoping it's taking out some of the jolts and jumps as you walk along. But unfortunately, it's not swinging about quite as I hoped it would. But hopefully it's improving my camera skills and catching up with Sam. And I say he's off from school today, so we can go along and have a look at the canal. We're coming up to a turning point where I think the canal joins on to the main run, which is part of the Llangollen canal system. And the other day we were at another place, the Llansillen aqueduct, and that was part of the Ellesmere canal as well as the Llangollen canal. Now, I've done a bit of filming at the Llangollen canal when we were in Llangollen some while ago, coming up to a nice little bridge, number 59. So me and Sam are going to go up over the bridge, climbing up these steps. Now, of course, these canals were worked by horses back in the day, so they've always got a towpath, and the horse would be taken up along the way. And this is a turning point and junction of the canal. And over there's another crane, and I don't know whether you can see it very well, but in the field there, just beside the I'll try and zoom in a little bit. I don't know whether I can. This camera's not too good at zooming, but if you look in that field there's a couple of structures. Now those are sculptures. Now this canal is quite well known for structures on the canal and art projects. So there's quite a few of those along the way. Now we'll just go down the other side. Be a good test for this gimbal to see if it steadies the picture very much. I hope it will. And there's another little structure there. It looks like a boat, the point end of a canal boat. And I don't know quite what it's all about, but it's another one of these little sculptures that you see decorating the canal.
There's another one too.
And there's another one by the side of that fisherman. Not quite sure what they all mean, but there is a leaflet you can get which tells you a little bit about it. We might pick that up when we get to the cafe come tourist information centre at Ellesmere Lake itself. Now we're setting off along the towpath again, and there's a very colourful boat coming up, painted in all sorts of red and black, white. It's got flowers on the roof. Makes it really pretty and interesting. Now, I'm hoping this gimbal is smoothing out some of the bumps for you. They're a little bit tricky to get used to.
It's got a lantern at the front as well.
It has, very pretty. And a dog having a sleep. Very nice.
Going up to the other bridge now.
The Horny Toad, it's called. That's quite interesting. And there's the engine. It's quite good walking along the canal. Very pleasant walk along the canal.
Statue up ahead as well.
Yeah, I think we've got another one of these statues. Tom's just pointed it out. I don't know what it is. I think it's supposed to represent water or fish or something. And it's bridge number 58. So it's another one of these bridges with a towpath under so the horse could go along. And I don't know whether this little sign here, yeah, it says Ellesmere Sculpture Trail. So we'll just take a little look at that for a second. tells you a little bit about it. If I go in a little bit closer, maybe you can see some of the sculptures that I mentioned there. And if I can see numbers on them, I'll try and tell you the number of it, so you can refer back to this sign and it'll tell you a little bit about it. So here we go. Here's one of the signs, and I say it looks like fish or water, I'm not quite sure. They've got sort of tails and they could be said to be fish. I'm not 100% certain of that. I just saw a fish rise in the water then, which was quite interesting. Sam's going on through, and we're under the tunnel now of the... Oh, there's another canal boat coming. Hello. Lots more boats along here. And we're coming to a little seat made into a little sculpture. The boat going on by.
Let's see what's on top of the sea.
Hello there.
Hi.
Everybody having a jolly old trail. We forgot to look at the seat.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go back and take another look at it, shall we? Yeah, it's what does it say? Water and space. And it's got something quite interesting on there. I don't quite know what it says, but it looks quite interesting. It's built like an aqueduct, so maybe it represents the Lancillian aqueduct, which we looked at before, or something, the way to Whitchurch. But that's quite an interesting little seat there. And we're coming to another section where another canal joins on, I think, I'm not sure. It says day boats for hire. So obviously you can pick up a boat here and go on the canal yourself, I suppose. Lots of people take boating holidays. And this is a point where I think another canal joins on to this Ellesmere canal. Now this canal's quite wide. It's quite wide enough for two boats to pass. But we'll go up this little ramp here, and you see there's lots of people about today on the canal, getting a breath of fresh air. Oh, there's a canal boat going by, and this is a little takeoff point. Snowmain must refer to the horse, I suppose. More people going down the canal. And this is a marina. Gosh, there's lots of boats in here, and presumably they come in here and park up overnight, or they have a mooring so that their boats can be moored up in safety if they have to leave them for any reason. So that isn't a takeoff point, it's actually a marina. So we'll go down the other side now and have a little look at another part of the canal. It's a little bit steep, Sam, yeah, you're right. A black woodpecker, this one's called. I like the names of them. Not much going on these boats, they all look locked up. People are out in the town, I suppose, enjoying themselves. Yeah, they may well have gone to the market, somebody said, which could be true. Either way, they're not actually on their boats working. The boats are all locked up. This one's got rather an interesting cabin, plastic cabin on the back, so that when you're steering it in the rain, you don't get wet. It's quite a good idea. It's like a little tent on the back. And of course, if you're out there steering the boat along, if it rains, you get wet. But not when you've got one of those. This is called the Argy Bargy. They're very well equipped, these canal boats. They're oh, you can get some decorated bottles from this one. Got a few for sale, a few things for sale. Hello.
Hello there.
Very pretty. Yeah, it does. Very similar. Well, we're coming back this way, but we might call in there on our way back. A few ducks coming to see us on the water.
And we don't have any food.
We don't have any food enough for ducks. We brought a picnic, so we'll be having that later. We haven't actually got anything for the ducks, I'm afraid. There's Crest narrowboats. And it's called Mary. Our neighbour's called Mary, so be a good boat for her to go on. Chirk Marina. And Chirk is another place where they've got a canal. We may go there one day and show the tunnel. There's a very big tunnel at Chirk, and we've been along it, me and Sam, but I didn't take the camera, so maybe we'll go for a walk one of the days to the Chirk Canal again and go under one of the longest tunnels, certainly in this area of the canal. It's quite long and very dark, so I don't know how the filming would be, but we can certainly show parts of it along the way. Another very decorated boat. This one looks a bit strange. Looks like it's been turned into a garden.
Lots of plants all over it.
Lots of plants all over it. Could do with a new coat of paint. But looks as if people are living on board, so obviously it is in use of some sort. We're coming to another one. Now I don't think this is one of the sculptures. I think this is just a post. And no, there's nothing on that one. I don't think that's a sculpture. That's just
Grandad,
some sort of a post.
you see this blue one here?
Yes.
That one's called Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo, blimey. Tickety Boo is what it is. Now we're coming along here now to where we're going to go off into the woods. Now the woods themselves, they've got a castle in there somewhere. Now I've never been able to find the castle, but they say there's a castle there, and certainly a castle mound, which we may be able to see a little bit of it when we come out of the woods. So I think just round this corner here there's a little pathway leading off into the woods, and we'll be taking that pathway, but I won't actually film in the woods because there's not a lot of interest just looking at trees. At the moment we're just looking at water, which isn't very interesting either, but I just wanted to tell you that we're going to break off soon and go off into the woods. I think there's one more sculpture coming up which we'll look at. I think this is where we turn off. I don't think this is a sculpture. This may be a sculpture. Oh, it's something. It's got number 12 on it.
Pollen.
It's called pollen, but what that means I don't know. But there it is. So it is a sculpture, and it's number 12. You could look it up on that sign. And there's another thing here, and I think this is where we turn off into the woods. I don't know what this one says on it. Anybody read what it says? Could be in Welsh. Don't quite know what it is. Something of Wixel? Wixel Moss is a famous area in Shrewsbury, in Shropshire. Has some marshes there, and the canal goes through. So we're heading up through the woods now. So I'll break off, and this will be part 1 of the video.
So catch you later.
Catch you later.